In the last video, we went through this chart, and I'm sure that you already have a good grasp of how to do the chart yourself. So then I'm going to move on to PPF graphs in this video. So this PPF graph will pretty much reflect what we did with the charts, but with graphs as a model, of course. So let's start from the beginning. So what we know is that Jack initially produces at point A on his PPF, and this is the point where he makes 5 burgers and 5 bars an hour. Now Jill initially produces at point 8 on PPF, and that is where she makes 15 bars and 15 burgers an hour. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get this graph as the end result. We're trying to make it so that we end up with this graph. So let's just go through what we found out in the past couple of videos. So what we found out is that Joe's opportunity cost for a bar is less than Jill's. So he has the comparative advantage in producing bars. Jill's opportunity cost for burgers is less than Jack. So Jill has a comparative advantage in producing burgers. So we know that they have these comparative advantages in these two different things. So what's a good idea is to have Jack specialize, and I made the font here purple to notify you that it's a really important keyword. So Jack specializes in bars and make 30 bars an hour at point B on the PPF, which I labeled here. And I labeled it beforehand instead of during the video because drawing on this notebook program is kind of a pain in the ass. So that's why I did it beforehand. So take a look at Jill now. Jill, she's good at making burgers. So we're gonna have Jill specialize in burger and have her make 30 burgers an hour at point B on the PPF, which I have labeled here. So so in the end, we're gonna have burgers and bars traded on this red trade line that we have here for Jack and this red trade line here for Jill. So they trade burgers and bars along this red trade line, and we'll just note what actually happens in this moment. What happens is that Jack would buy burgers from Jill. And this allows Jack to move. Oh, I forgot the point B here. This is B. This will allow Jack to move to point C. So Jack moves to point C. Jack goes to point C. Point C. And what is the significance of going to point C? Well, the significance is it is outside his PPF. And this is really important that it is outside his PPF. So with Jack's current resources and technology, without trade, he can only produce at this blue line. He can't make any more than that. But with just trade, he can go out of his bounds. He can go out of his barriers and produce at this red trade line, which is much more beneficial than the blue line, of course. So let's just note what happens for Jill. So Jill buys bars from Jack. So in this case, Jill also goes to point C. Jill goes to point C. And again, this is really significant that she moves outside her PPF. Without Jack's help, even though Jack seems pretty useless outside her PPF, she, with Jack's help, is able to move out of his barrier, out of her PPF, and move into a point where she could not reach without Jack's help. And this is how we pretty much get the resulting graph that we said we wanted in the beginning. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you understood clearly the concepts I'm trying to convey. If not, you could watch it over or leave comments, which I really hope you do. But please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for the next video where we'll focus on dynamic comparative advantages. Thanks for watching. See you again next time.